So today, I have a riddle for you. If Satan is the liar and the father of lies, and he says that a particular day belongs to him, should we believe that that day belongs to him? Of course not. So today, as you might have guessed from the thumbnail and from the very obvious riddle that led in, we're going to talk a little bit about Halloween. And I actually really like when people ask me this question about Halloween, about if we should, as Christians, celebrate it or not, because they want to live as holy of a life as possible. They don't want to have anything to do with the devil, so they ask this question, and I love that. I think the heart's from the right place. With a little bit of education, the answer becomes really clear about how we should act on Halloween. First off, the word Halloween is a Christian word, and it was originally a Christian holiday. And that being said, just because it was originally a Christian holiday, there were a lot of abiblical, really silly superstitions that were attached to it. The biggest one being that since November 1st is the most holy day on the calendar, and October 31st being as far away from November 1st as you can get, was the least holy, because I guess they thought that the power of God wore out throughout the year. That's total nonsense. God is as powerful on Halloween, on October 31st, as he is on the 1st, as he is on any other day of the year. God is powerful. To think that something as small as the position of our little tiny planet around our little tiny star in our little tiny galaxy would affect his power is just, come on. You know. All right, so that being said, well, what about all of the pagan traditions that happen on October 31st, on Halloween? Well, we actually have pagan traditions in almost every Christian holiday. Every Christian holiday I can think of, there is some pagan tradition that we have that is celebratory. Think your Christmas tree. Think your bunny in Easter time. Which, by the way, I have a biggest problem. The only one of these things that I'm listing that I really have a problem with is that bunny. So you have all these pagan things that happen on Halloween and on Christian holidays. How do we deal with that? Well, we know, and this is 1 Corinthians 8:4, we know that the idols are nothing and the pagan traditions are nothing. They're just parts of the Gentile cultures. When large numbers of Gentiles came to Christ, they brought parts of their cultures with them. So we have things like Christmas trees and wreaths and carving pumpkins, and they're just left over. And they're not bad. As a matter of fact, they can be very good because, especially like the Christmas tree, is a beautiful way to point people to Christ. And the carving pumpkins, we don't usually think about that. How can we carve a pumpkin to point somebody to Christ? Well, we should think about that, because here's the thing. On October 31st, like I already said, the power of God is as powerful and as potent as it is any other day of the year. God is still mighty to save on October 31st. He still has a message of hope for the hopeless. He still has a message of love for the broken, and connection for people that are unconnected. We should be actively doing those things on Halloween. We should be about seeing people get connected to the church on Halloween. We should be Christians, loving, spirit-filled Christians on Halloween. And we can't do that in our houses with the doors locked. But Pastor Chuck, I read an article where some former Satanist says that you'll be cursed if you celebrate Halloween. Well, I don't want to bad talk the guy, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. You can't curse a Christian. You can't curse a Christian that's filled with the Holy Spirit. Like, that doesn't even make sense. It just doesn't. The Holy Spirit of God is the Spirit of God that creates the universe. Nothing can stand up. No dark force can stand against the Holy Spirit. It just doesn't work. But I heard that Satan shows up in kids' candy bowls or something. No, he doesn't. He's a liar. And you know what? The only reason that Satan's going to go anywhere and attack anything is because he thinks that the spirit-filled believers are running and hiding. The only way that the devil wins on Halloween is when Christians hide. But when we go out and we're prayed up, we're spirit-filled, we're loving people, we're showing people hope, we're being the salt of the earth, we're loving on people, he can't stand up against that. So today, this year, I just want to encourage you. Use October 31st as one more day. Use Halloween as one more day where you can love people like Christ loved you. Because he loves them too. Use it as one more day where you can show them his love. Got it? Good. Hey, if you like these videos, like and subscribe. It really does encourage me. Also, if you know somebody that might be interested, feel free to share on your social media accounts, whatever. Anyway, God bless.